Is porn cheating? Is porn cheating? How many of you have that like on repeat in your head from me saying it over and over and over again? Is porn cheating? Let's get him on. That's my favorite line that I say, I think. Oh, really? Let's get him on. And how fun was that the other night when we had not one, but two, maybe it was three people who brought their partner on. Always fun when that happens. That's my favorite line that I say, I think. Oh, really? Let's get him on. And how fun was that the other night when we had not one, but two, maybe it was three people who brought their partner on. Always fun when that happens. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring a guest on. Vincent McVincerson. That's my favorite line that I say, I think. Oh, really? Let's get him on. And how fun was that the other night when
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Is my audio okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I'm 35, and yeah, I do watch porn pretty often, actually. I don't think it's cheating.
Okay. How often do you watch it?
Probably at least like once a night before I go to bed.
At least once a night, so sometimes more?
Yeah, sometimes more.
Got it. How long you been doing that for?
Probably since I was 15.
Since you were 15. So about 20 years you watch porn at least once a night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
I was like 2 months ago. I stopped doing that. It had nothing to do with the porn or anything sexually related. It was more about like, we'll say, stuff involving conversation.
Stuff involving conversation. Can you guys hear the guest okay? I'm having a little hard time hearing you, man. I don't know if it's me or not,
That's
though.
why I asked about my audio. I wasn't sure if it was clear. I had something in my microphone speaker hole, so I think it's making everything I sound muffled.
Got it. Yeah, it is a little muffled. I can hear you, but it's a little muffled. We'll make do. Okay, so it had nothing to do with the pornography that you guys broke up.
She's never brought it up as an issue, and she's always very honest about what does actually bother her.
Got it. Okay. So you started watching it when you were 15. How were you first exposed to it?
Actually, there were some bad channels on the television when I was a kid, so once I found access to those, that's kind of what got the addiction started.
Got it. Why were they bad?
They were bad because I was a kid. I definitely, I don't think kids should be watching porn. I don't agree with that.
Got it. At what age do you think people should start watching porn?
18 and up is something that I'm okay with being legal, but I think because of how much dopamine we get out of that, I think it should potentially be a 21 plus situation.
Got it. Okay. And you use the word addiction. So do you think you're addicted?
Absolutely. I have a terrible time going to sleep without it. It's always been the easy way to go to sleep. I've tried doing it without it, and I lay there all night. I know an orgasm for a guy is typically it's kind of like a sleeping pill. It has that natural effect. I think I just got used to that being a thing to rely on. So it's less about what I'm watching or even like the feeling of it, and more about lets me go to sleep.
Got it. So pornography and masturbation is like a sleeping pill for you.
Very much so, yes.
Interesting. Okay. How long have you found yourself in the place where you have to do it in order to go to sleep?
Probably about 25, I realized that trying to do sleep at all without that was almost impossible.
Got it. So for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Are you wanting anything to be different, or are you just kind of accepting that as your reality?
Well, I definitely don't like it. I don't like having dependency. I'm also addicted to caffeine, cigarettes, and THC. I'm a schizophrenic and I have autism, so they help for stress reasons. I'm okay with the THC for the most part, but the caffeine and the tobacco, not so much. And the sexual addiction, even though it doesn't have, I guess, a negative when it comes to chemistry, I just don't like the feel of being chained to something.
Got it. Are you sure it doesn't have any negative impacts when it comes to chemistry?
Well, you might be able to convince me otherwise. I don't know all the facts.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not going to try to convince you, but if you want to change your mind, that's fine. There's actually a lot of data that suggests that it does impact intimacy. In fact, there's a great quote from one of the authors that I follow. He says, "The more you use porn, the more that it adversely affects your sexual life. Research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn, because porn simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. Porn is so appealing not merely because it's erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Whereas real sex asks you to know and develop your desires while also learning to study, delight in, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so." What sticks out to you from that?
I think that with that, it fits a majority of people. I have this thing where when I'm engaged with someone else in a sexual sense, I have a hard time paying attention to my own needs. There are certain things that I do require to become aroused, and this can become an issue if I'm too focused on them. But yeah, I'm very focused on the other person, so I don't really have that issue.
Got it. You don't have that issue. How long, how many relationships have you been in?
Deep, serious relationships that lasted more than 2 years, about four. I had some semi-serious relationships that lasted about 6 months, and maybe about five of those.
Got it. Okay. So a lot of relationships that go relatively deep and then they end.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
A lot of idealistic differences.
Like what?
I'm very focused into like science and like helping people and trying to dedicate like a good portion of my time into like working on projects for other people, or even trying to have like, I'm not a therapist by any means, but I try to have like therapeutic conversations with people where I like create space for them. And a lot of my partners, they're not against that, but there was so much attention-seeking behavior that they couldn't quite give any reasons for, and it would lead them to do very unethical things. So at this point in my life, I'm not even very interested in being in a relationship.
Got it. Okay. You started watching porn when you're 15, think you're addicted, and you needed to go to sleep. Even when you're in a relationship, you'd still use it every day?
Yeah, I've been in a relationship where it's been an issue, but it was only an issue because of attention, again, because I found out that they were using role play to satisfy their needs behind my back.
Got it. Got it. If you didn't watch so much porn, what would be different in your life?
I think there would be a nice percentage of my day, like probably maybe 10 to 15% if I had to throw a number on it, where I had more time to focus on other stuff.
10 to 15%. So you watch the porn for a long time?
I wouldn't say that I watch it necessarily, but I have, being autistic and schizophrenic, my mind developed in a way where my inner world, my ability to replay senses or what I've seen before, it's very accurate. So I can watch porn in my head if I want to, and that's also kind of an issue.
Oh. Got it. So you'd get like 10 to 15% of your day back if you weren't consumed with pornography.
Yeah.
What's the longest that you've gone without it?
I tried to go 3 days without it before, and it didn't go so great for my anxiety because I think a lot of it was sleep, but probably because I didn't have that huge burst of dopamine as well.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Who else in your life knows that you use pornography like this?
Anyone I've ever dated, I'm very honest. Like anyone I've ever dated has at least, if they paid attention, they've had awareness. I'm very honest about it. They talk about it. Whenever we, like in the beginning, normally there's some conversation about like what we're into and what we do. I'll bring that up.
Got it. Okay. Do you carry shame around your pornography use?
When I was younger, I did because I was raised Christian as a child, and that the way I was raised Christian definitely affected how I saw ethics. But as I grew up and I separated from, came back to, and then kind of like understood it in a more mature way, I don't have shame for it. It's more of an understanding of my feelings.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. What else you want to share?
Well, I'm still on my point with that. I don't think pornography itself is cheating. I think it's cheating if you're in a relationship where you agree that it is, and then you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And I would say it's still not good for you, even if you're single and you're using pornography.
I disagree based on self-control. But here's the thing. I agree with you mostly for most people. I think the amount of people that can use something like porn in a way that it is actually mentally healthy is very rare. The amount of people that can gamble, far less. Like I've done a little bit of gambling in my life, and I like it. I think that's a game that I go back to. I don't recommend it at all for the average person. It is so addictive, and you will lose massive amounts of money. They do things like online that they'll allow you to win. They'll literally give you money in something. They'll rig it for you to win because they know you're going to come back. You know, there's so many things in life that they take advantage of those things. And so
hey, I'm losing your audio, man. I can barely hear you.
Just definitely for most people, I agree with you. It's my main point.
Yeah, got it. Okay. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing. I'm going to go to the next guest, okay?
You have a great one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. What's up, chat? We're back. We're back. Does this include live webcams? I'd say that's porn. Absolutely. Oh, it feels so good. Got the main account back. Love it. Love it. David Kern? Like and share, people, would you? Like and share. Let's get this going. Let's go. This is like the inaugural We're Back stream. David's not there. Okay. Okay. Let's get this on the old FYP, huh?
Yo.
Hey there, what's going on?
What's up? So yes, I think porn is cheating 100%.
You think porn is cheating 100%? All right, why is that?
Yes. You know, I feel like if you're in a relationship and you have to go towards porn, you know, it's not healthy. And I feel like your partner, if anyone was to help you or whatever, it should be your partner, the person that you're in love with, you know? What do you think?
I agree. I think if you're in a committed, monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's with the person on screen or otherwise, you have gone against the agreement and are therefore cheating.
Exactly, yeah. I just like,
How old
I
are
feel
you?
like I'm 16.
Oh, God. Come on, man. Sorry. Should have asked you at the beginning. But hey, W's in the chat for that guy. W's in the chat. You hear that, people? You think that if you think that everyone does it, everybody watches porn, you're wrong. Because that guy didn't. You shouldn't even be on here. Thanks for chatting, man. Where's my applause button? It's right here, but it's not plugged in. Right there. It's that one. Bum, 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 bum. We'll get there. What's going on? Caleb, Ray.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, like, I just feel like porn is like a super non-issue.
It's like a super non-issue. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay, cool. You think it's a super non-issue? Why is that?
Yeah, like I beat my shit probably like 6 or 7 times a day. Like, it's just a
Six, seven.
No, like deadass though, like deadass, like about that. Like it's deadass a non-issue. Like that shit doesn't actually affect people that much.
It doesn't affect. Okay. Okay. Spoken like a true addict. 6 or 7 is a lot, man. I think you're capping. I think you just really wanted to come on here and you're like, I'm gonna make a 6'7" joke, and this old guy's not gonna get it. But I'm right there with you, man. I got the 6'7". Ask me how tall I am. Ask me how tall I am.
41.
6'7".
Inches. No, but like on some real shit, like I think it's a non-issue. Like if you're actually addicted to porn, like you don't have a job, bro. Like anybody who goes outside like once a day, like how do you get addicted to porn? That's ridiculous.
Do you watch porn?
I mean, no, not really.
Okay, so you were lying about the whole 6 or 7 thing. So do you either do or you don't? Not really means not really means yes.
Not like often. Like I just don't know how people get addicted to that. Like it's not that deep.
How often do you watch it?
Like I can't remember the last time.
Okay, you're playing Fortnite right now.
Yeah.
You're probably not even that good.
Bro, I'm
actually, you're 19. You're probably real sweaty at Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm unreal.
Yeah, I bet you are. Okay, so do you have a job?
Yeah, I got a job.
What do you do?
I'm like a car salesman.
Yeah, used car salesman?
Yeah.
It's gonna go real well for you.
Bro, it's going pretty good so far. I just started.
Follow the Andy Elliott method.
What's that?
On me.
Yes.
You playing Battle Royale or Blitz?
We're playing ranks.
Dude, I'm about to leave this live and jump in with you.
Bro, you got to. If anyone wants to hop on, you gotta add me.
What's your name? I'll add you.
It's that.
Did you put it? Okay.
Yeah. We should definitely run some squads.
I'll for real add you when I'm done with this live.
All right, bet. All right, well, I appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna move on, but I just want to let everyone know, like, just get a job, bro. Like, you can quit.
Get a job. Just get a job. All
you
right.
guys can
Thanks
quit.
for chatting, man.
You guys.
See you, man.
Yeah.
That guy was funny. Kids these days. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Used car salesman telling us how to be. Hey there, are you there? Hello. Hello. Used car salesman telling us
Enjoy this live.
Hey there, how's it going?
Oh. La policía. Hi, man.
Is porn cheating?
What are you doing?
Okay. All right. There's no more guests waiting. So, like and share, and if you want to come on, this will give me a minute I got to tweak the YouTube stream. I don't have this PC all dialed in yet, but that looks fire on YouTube. Guys, if you want, go to YouTube, check that out. That's legit. That's it right there. Shirley dropped my Fortnite? I'm not going to put it in here. I'll DM it to you. Or if you join my Discord, I'll send it to you. Are you in my Discord, Caleb? Six, 7. Shoot me a. What is your name the same on there? Did you give my? What was your important question? Caleb, I don't. Oh wait, are you offline? There you are. I just have replied to you. Oh, will I send you a hoodie? Yeah, I will. Can't get what you don't ask for. Nick struggles with porn. Okay. How long's that been going on for, man? Hey there, what's going on? J-Lo, you there? Hello? Nick, 15 years. That's a long time, man. Have you tried to stop? Yeah, DM me, Krista. Six, 7. 6, 7. Yeah, Nick, get on. We'll chat. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Hey there, what's going on? Black Star, you there? Yeah, Nick, get on. We'll chat. Black Star, you there? Hello? Hello? All right, is porn cheating? Look, we got 200 people on here now. Where are the guests? Do I have Tourette's? Maybe. No, I don't think so. ADD, maybe. Want to ride bikes? Well, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7 is. I am 6'7". That is not cap. I am actually 6'7". Okay. Since there's no guests on here, I'm going to read a book. Let's go with Unwanted. All right. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when I first started this endeavor, I read books on my live. Okay. And this book is a fantastic book for overcoming unwanted sexual behavior such as pornography or sex addiction. So if you're new here, I see there's a guest here. I'll bring you on in a second. If you're new here, my name is Austin Hamilton. I'm a porn and sex addiction recovery coach, both for men who are dealing with unwanted sexual behavior and women dealing with betrayal trauma. And I see you there. Yes, I owe you a book recommendation. Let me look at my bookshelf. I know. I'll text you. The Wounded Heart. The Wounded Heart by Dan Allender. And then there's a follow-up to it called Healing the Wounded Heart. Anyways, so I do coaching for men as well as women who are dealing with unwanted sexual behavior or betrayal trauma. And I also host TikTok Lives. And this is my first live back getting my account after it was banned from TikTok Live Studio. I'm so glad. So like and share. Give me a follow if you don't follow my content. This book is fire, Unwanted. If you haven't seen it or read it, check it out. And I'm going to read some of this book while I take guests on. So, here we go. Luna. Do not disappoint us, Luna. Hey there, how's it going? She disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Is it bad if I jork it every day, says Dragon Eater 28? Probably. Probably. These guests are not working out. All right, I'm starting at the very beginning of this book, and I'm going to read it until guests come on, but you guys will be interested in this book. Introduction. The young man who rings the bell at a brothel is unconsciously looking for God. I quote that one differently. I actually say every man who knocks on the door of a brothel is searching for love. And you could say God is love. When you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. The Nietzsche quote. Friedrich Nietzsche. I've heard of him. To Reina, hello.
Hello.
Hi there, is porn cheating?
I would say yes, but it's just a question, so I wasn't really sure on your stance on the prompt.
Got it. So you want to know my stance on the prompt?
Yes.
I think, yes, porn is cheating, particularly if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's with a person on the screen or otherwise, you have cheated.
Okay. I agree. I agree.
You agree? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so why'd you want to come on here?
Just because I feel like people think that the physicality of it makes it not cheating.
Right.
But
People
the way that
definitely
it,
think
yeah,
They
but
tell
the
me
way
that all
that
the
it,
time.
yeah, the way that it affects people, because I was in a relationship where the guy didn't seem to have a problem with it. He would tell me that he wasn't going to do it anymore, that his family told him that it was normal and whatever. But I was, and he apparently believed in God, and I would oftentimes, try to go back to the Bible, because obviously I was looking for a man who, someone who wants to be a leader. And I also felt like I was continuously trying to lead him to Christ instead of him leading me to Christ. But his main excuse was, oh, well, everybody does it. It's normal. And I told him, I said, well, yeah. I told him, I said, well, even though you're not physically laying down with someone, it's still the emotional impact that it has on me is still the same as if you were to lay down with someone. And it still hurts the same.
Did he understand
So,
that?
yeah. But I don't understand why people think that it's not cheating. You're still looking for entertainment. You're still looking for pleasure from someone else, and that can cause your partner who believes that you two are committed to one another to feel less than, to feel like they're not doing enough for their partner in the relationship. And that really sucks, especially when you know that you are doing everything that you're supposed to, or doing everything that you can, or you're doing everything that you know is expected in that relationship, and they're still, falling short in that area. And that's not to say that people can't fall short, but when you continuously do it and, try to tell people or tell your partner that, yeah, I understand that you're hurting, and I won't try to do it anymore. And another really big thing that he tried to feed to me was, oh, well, I did it when I was a little kid, whenever I was young, it's just a habit. But, and I try to tell him, at a certain point,
Well,
it's...
yeah, you know what you should have said? You're like, well, do you still pee your pants?
Yeah, I told him, I said, well, you are, we're both adults here. And I said, regardless of what behavior it is, if it's a bad behavior or if it's a non-beneficial behavior towards your relationship that you want to be just solely, us two, I said, you have to learn it's your responsibility to change that. I can't just keep saying, okay, and it's, it was just excuse after excuse, everything that he could think of to make me not leave him for it.
Yeah. And did you eventually leave him because of it?
I did. I did. I told him I didn't necessarily go about it the right way, but I did tell him I felt kind of bad. He's helped me. He wasn't like horrible, right? But he did do a lot of stuff that did hurt me. And so in the time, it was like the breakup was kind of wishy-washy. I pretty much told him, I was like, look, I've given you so many chances. And I said, I'm not even going to be upset about it anymore. If you want to do what you want to do, you can do what you want to do. We were in the same house, but we weren't, like, we were sleeping separately. We were separated, but we were still, like, in the same vicinity. And I said, you know what, you do what you want to do, but don't get mad whenever I do what I want to do. And he ended up getting mad. So I just kicked him out. I was like, you know what, go live with your dad, because this is, it's a one-sided thing with you.
Good for you. Good for you. What was that like for you?
It was hard. I ended up having to actually get a stalking order on him. He tried running me off the road. It was a very long process. It was so horrible. But it's better now that I have the order.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
It's been half a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just got the order finalized like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
So,
very drawn out.
Yeah. What will you do differently now in future relationships?
I would definitely prioritize not being so gullible and naive, into just believing that someone's going to change. I would definitely hold them more accountable to their word, especially if this person is telling me that they want a future with me, and not just taking it everything that they say, and definitely not putting up with it as long as I did in previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which unfortunately shouldn't have to be that way, right? But that's the reality, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm gonna be 20.
Oh, wow, you're young for going through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Why is it corn coach, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, because this is what I do. I'm a coach. I help men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior to stop that, to treat their partners better. And then I have groups for men as well as for women. I have groups to help women who have been betrayed by their partner to navigate through the betrayal. So this is what I do for a living.
So do you help like them separately, or do you help them like as couples, or both?
Both. I do. So I have groups for men, groups for women. Soon I'll have groups for couples as well. And then I also do couples coaching. And then I do what I call an intimacy workshop once every quarter or so, where it'll be a bunch of couples in a group.
Oh.
Yeah, because porn is not love. Porn kills love. Porn is synthetic love. It's not even anything close to love. And when pornography is discovered in a relationship, it's devastating. And for many people, particularly in your age range, it can feel like there's nobody who doesn't watch porn because so many people watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the men who struggle with it, they oftentimes don't even want to be doing it. There's so much shame involved, but they don't know how to get out of it. That's my story. I struggled with pornography for about 20 years. from when I was 12 till about 32 years old. And I'm married, been married to the same woman for 14 years, but my pornography use escalated into physically cheating. And I revealed that to her after we'd been married for, I don't know, a bunch of years, 6 years, and blew up our marriage, and we put it back together again. And so there is hope if you've been affected by it. There is hope. It takes a lot of work to get to the other side of that, though.
I think that was a really big reason why I allowed it to happen for so long, was because, and I don't know if it was just manipulation or if he really felt bad about it, but he would beg me not to leave him because he would say, he doesn't want to do it, but then he would turn around and say, oh, well, it's normal, my whole family says it's normal and that, there's nothing wrong with it. So it was like kind of two-sided, like he was being offensive about it, but also trying to be remorseful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's clearly just like an internal struggle. And he's trying to get validation from people. I mean, from people who don't have a healthy perspective, it sounds like. That's tough.
Yeah. I feel like that also was in other areas in his life. It wasn't just with that. His family really, he wasn't, I guess you could say, a self-made man. He's still young. We're still young, but, he's still, everything that he has been given to him. He hasn't really had to work for anything in his life. And
well, that entitlement porn is a very entitled way of being, right? It's like, I'm entitled to this, how I want it, when I want it, with whom I want it, curating that experience. So that makes sense.
yeah. Do you think that, because a lot of the times he would tell me, oh, well, I'm not even thinking about that woman, I'm thinking about you. Do you think that's just an opt-out, or is that true? Could that be true?
Well, look at it on its face value. Like, it's like the dumbest argument. It's like if I'm looking at this cup, I'll be like, I'm not even thinking about this cup. There's no way I can not be thinking about this cup because I'm looking at it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a nothing statement when somebody says that. That's gaslighting at its finest. Because if they weren't thinking about it, they wouldn't be looking at it. They wouldn't need to look at it.
Right. And I would always tell him, like, you have other resources. I don't understand what's the problem, But yeah, it was just.
He probably fell into it at a young age and just doesn't have any other framework for getting out of it, which is a problem. So. Yeah,
and I even offered, I was like, I tried giving him every possibility to help himself, because it wasn't, I even expressed to him, I was like, it's not even for me, it's for yourself. And because when you do this, you're not just hurting me, you're self-destructing, you're hurting yourself every time that you do this. Every time you trap yourself and you get stuck in this loop. And I told him, I said, we could try to make it work. You need to go to therapy. You need to, really understand what it's doing to you. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he never did. So while I wanted it to work, and still to this day I would want it, possibly, I just don't think that he's ready. I feel like he needs to be ready. He needs to want to let go of that, and I don't think he wants to. I don't think he's ready to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think you're making a great decision by, making your boundary be known, and if he wants to work on it, great. But if not, he doesn't get to be with you. And that took a lot of strength from you to do that. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Nice chatting with you.
Nice chatting with you.
All right. Take care. What's up, Callie? All right, I'm going to take another guess in just a minute. I haven't read this book in a while. It's so good. This is the introduction. I'm going to read like a page or two, and then I'll bring out another guess. This is Unwanted by Jay Stringer. A man I was counseling, I'll call him Jeffrey, which, fun fact, that's also the name of my turtle. Man I was counseling, I'll call him Jeffrey, sat in my, he's actually a tortoise, a Calcutta, desert tortoise, I don't know. Sat in my office a week before Christmas. It was our first session together after he had been arrested on charges of soliciting prostitution. Jeffrey is one of hundreds of thousands of men who buy sex in the United States. He told me he had bought sex on Saturday morning since his college days in Pennsylvania. Halfway into our session, he remarked, "I don't understand all the reasons I do this, but I know there is an amazing feeling that comes over me when I lock eyes with a woman on the streets." I asked Jeffrey to tell me a bit about what Saturday mornings were like for him as a child. He replied, "My mom would usually leave my older brother and me home alone on the weekends because she worked a second job. We were always on the verge of poverty, and she was gone quite a bit. His father had left the family when Jeffrey was 11 years old." He continued, "My older brother was more of a loner. He could stay inside listening to music or playing video games for hours. I wasn't like that. I usually just rode my bike around the neighborhood." I asked Jeffrey if he may have been out looking to find something or someone if he rode his bike on a usual basis. He thought for a moment and said, "Sure. I remember cruising through my neighborhood trying to find girls I knew from middle school. I would ride around for hours just to see if I could get that look from a classmate." 20 years later, unbeknownst to him, Jeffrey's Saturday morning ritual was essentially the same. The bike became an SUV. Cruising around for a middle school crush became his approach to finding exploited women. A mom with a second job was now a spouse whose job at a concert venue required her to work weekends. As an adult, Jeffrey was recreating the dynamics of his childhood. Like most of us, though, he had no awareness of doing so. At the end of our first session, it was so apparent that Jeffrey's strategy to ride away from the loneliness and anger of a painful childhood had become the very vehicle now driving him into a life of crisis. This is often the case with our unwanted sexual behavior. The behaviors that help us survive our formative exiles become increasingly problematic when we expect them to work over a lifetime. The faces Jeffrey sought out in middle school, which brought him a sense of validation and even rest, were now costing him more than tens of thousands of dollars a year when we added up all the expenses associated with buying sex. These financial costs were only a microcosm of all the other damage occurring in his life. Secrecy and isolation in his marriage, anxiety about losing his corporate position if he were discovered, and a deep-seated belief that shame would be his closest ally. The more he bought sex, the more unwanted he felt in every realm of life. All right. I'll read 2 more paragraphs, and I'll take a guess. What is unwanted sexual behavior? Unwanted sexual behavior is any sexual behavior that continues to persist in our lives despite our best efforts to change it. This could be pornography use, affairs, using hooking up apps, or buying sex. Our behavior could meet the criteria for hypersexual or compulsive sexual behavior, but it could also involve infrequent struggles that keep us from a life of sexual integrity. The longer our unwanted sexual behavior persists unaddressed, the more likely it is that we will feel unwanted as well. You might be able to relate to Jeffrey in some way. Maybe you find yourself involved in sexual behavior that is unwanted. Or maybe you have loved ones struggling with unwanted sexual behavior and are trying to understand why they indulge in behavior that so clearly damages the relationships they claim to care most about. Such a good book. You could read that book all night. All right, let's take a guest. Let's go. We got 6 in the queue. Come on, chat, like and share. We're back. Hey there, what's going on, CDK?
How's it going, Coach? Happy to be here with you.
I'm doing well, thanks. It's porn cheating.
Yeah. So I think I actually want to take this from a bit of a different perspective, because I feel like porn, when I watch it, and I have in the past, is actually cheating myself, even as a single man. I don't want to go into like the whole history, but I found out about it in 2nd grade through some friends, and then that kind of snowballed over time into becoming pretty compulsive, and I struggled with it for a long time. recently I was able to quit and rely on kind of imagination, but lately I've thought and seen like Playboy magazines from the 60s as an alternative, just because it's not really watching two people have sex, it's just getting stimulated by beautiful naked women. And I'm not really sure how to, like, because that's kind of a new behavior as of late. And I'm sure I'm substituting a lesser evil for probably a greater one, but that's kind of what's going on right now for me.
Yeah, got it. All right, thanks for sharing, man. Are you 18 or over?
Yes, 23.
All right, cool. How long has this been a problem for you?
Porn, probably since I was definitely around 12, 13. I would be left alone at my grandfather's house and unrestricted access to the internet. And just, I would, like some of the places that I would jerk off was just absolutely inappropriate. And it was definitely compulsive throughout my younger life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, and being first exposed in second grade, so you were like 8. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
That's young, 7 or 8 years old. Yeah. And so you've kind of tapered yourself down to just using vintage material.
Yeah.
Good job, I guess, but still, that's not really where you want to be, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, the biggest problem that I noticed was that, I had an opportunity one time with just one of the most beautiful girls like I've ever been around, and family friend, and I don't know, I just I got anxious or something, and like this is so embarrassing. I hate to even admit it, but I literally had to stop making out and then go to the bathroom, watch porn, and come back because I wasn't comfortable with unzipping my pants and not being ready to perform, if that makes any sense, just because of, I guess that's kind of how it's portrayed on the internet for the last 10 years that I've seen. So
yeah, how old were you when that happened?
That was a year and a half ago.
Okay. Yeah, so the thanks for sharing that, by the way. The problem is after seeing so much porn, when you have a real life experience, you don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because your brain becomes so warped to think that what we see in pornography is how sex is actually like in real life, but it's totally not like that.
Yeah.
So you had to go to the bathroom and do that.
Yeah. And I couldn't, and when I came back and we continued, even then I couldn't even be able to perform. And so that was definitely the first big eye opener of okay, something needs to change in my behavior and what I'm stimulated by, because it's embarrassing and it's honestly shameful, and I'm guilty for myself because I know that I should be, I'm a healthy, relatively attractive young man, and I just feel that's not something that should that I should put other women through. Just because when I wasn't able to get hard, I could see it in her eyes that she probably felt like she was the problem, and then that's when I was oh my god, and I had to tell her no, this isn't you, seriously. But she wouldn't understand, of course, but or maybe she did. But yeah, sorry if that was too much information. Just came across your.
No, it's fine, man. We do this all night. All right, so you realized, hey, this is a bigger problem. Is that kind of when you tapered down to using Playboys from the 60s?
Yeah, I recently tapered down about a month ago, and I haven't watched I haven't gone to porn or X videos or anything like that in a month, and I'm noticing already, just more ability to perform and be able to do my thing in confidence. But yeah, I was just wondering if you thought even vintage magazines is in a way still cheating yourself, because I don't feel shame about it right now, just because it's not like nowadays where it's just a lot of young women kind of like exploiting themselves. Sadly, back then it seemed kind of like Marilyn Monroe and other beautiful people kind of doing that, but I'm sure they were exploited in the time too. It was Playboy, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think the question to ask yourself is it still cheating yourself from something? Right? Because if we look at using pornography as the objectification of another person, of a woman, that will get you further away from being able to experience true intimacy in real life.
Yeah.
So whether it's hardcore pornography that we have, in 2025 or a magazine from the 60s, it's still going to create a wedge between you and real intimacy. So while we could say it's less bad, right? I'm not asserting that, but we could say that. Is it the most good thing?
No, I mean, because what is the best thing? Because obviously I don't want to go out and like use a bunch of women for my own gratification, and I'm not even sure if I'm ready for like a relationship just because I've had some mental health issues in the last few years. I'm like finally in a good place, and I'm not sure if I want to destabilize that. So like, what's the best option, right? Do I just jerk off like with my imagination, or what is the best option in that regard?
Yeah. Well, what do you think is the best option?
I would like to think it's imagination, because I feel like that's the lowest tier that I could be at, where, because I don't think I could realistically be abstinent from masturbation. I think masturbation's I would assume it's a normal thing.
So if you were to, for the sake, I'm assuming you want to be with a woman and get married
Of course.
at some point in your life. Yeah,
Cool.
okay. Not a given, bro. It's 2025.
Okay. Trends are going down.
So assuming you want that, what would be, like, what sexual integrity or sexual ethic would you want to uphold for the sake of your future partner?
That's a great question. I mean, I don't want to sleep around with just anyone that allows me to. It's probably right. I mean, I really should just look for, because the thing is, like, I want a relationship, right? But I don't know if I'm gonna want a relationship in a year or two. But your question about the future partner, that actually brings up something that's too good a question. I don't even know if I have an answer for that.
It's a pretty good question, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's not something I think about.
Yeah, I mean, there's, it's obviously designed to get you to think, right?
Yeah.
Now, we also live on planet Earth. We live in reality. But dude, I just say pornography is, any amount of pornography creates intimacy problems. All right, so it is possible to masturbate without pornography.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that that's the path you go, but it's possible. Could be the path you go. I don't know. And it's definitely attainable to do that. Now, there's also issues with masturbating, like compulsive masturbation can be just as much of a problem as watching pornography. So you gotta be careful with that.
I mean, does anyone ever just like decide when they're not in the mood, oh yeah, now would be a good time to jerk off? Or is it not every time sort of compulsive when you just get that feeling or that interest in that behavior?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. But realistically, you've tapered down. You're trying to stop. You've tapered down from hardcore pornography to vintage magazines.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're moving in a direction. What would be the next level of tapering towards the sexual ethic that you would like to maintain?
I would think that it would just not. I would want to do it in a way that's loving myself and not exploiting myself for just momentary gratification and dopamine rush. The same way I would want to like please a partner, I would hopefully be able to have that same feeling about myself. I don't even know if that's ridiculous to think or say. And again, like, you know, I'm 23. No one's really asked me these questions. Every time they come up in therapy, I always try to find a way to dismiss it.
Get a new therapist.
Fair enough.
Or join my coaching group. It'll be cheaper than your therapy is.
Okay.
I get more out of it.
Maybe I'll join your group.
Yeah. No, I'm serious, man. These are the types of questions, man, that you got to wrestle with. I mean, what you just said there, like you feel like you'd be cheating yourself out of something. You got to sit with that question, right? I don't know the answer for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the answer, but you wrestling through those questions, that's the path for you.
Definitely. All right. I feel like I've taken up too much of your time, and just want to thank all of the viewers and commenters for sharing your thoughts and opinions. And
Sure, man.
yeah, thank you for the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you got it. See ya. Links in my bio if you want to chat. Okay.
Thank you, man. I will.
Yeah. All right. Links in my bio, guys. I'm gonna make my discovery calls free right now. Okay. I'm gonna make them free. They're normally $1. I'm gonna make them free. How generous am I? If you want to do a private 30-minute call, the link is in my bio. It says discovery call. You can schedule a call. I help people both men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma. I have groups for both. And it's not about the dollar. It's about you having to put your credit card info in a website that claims to help people with porn. Don't waste my time, though. So if you schedule a call, show up. 1 second, Krista. All right. Links in my bio if you want to schedule a call. All right, Krista, your question, and then I'll bring another guest on. How do you determine if relapse is too frequent/recurring and not showing the willingness to change? Well, I mean, broadly speaking, I would just say relapses do happen. Sure, it's not required that relapses happen, but they do happen. And what I like to see, one, I will never shame or judge anybody for relapsing. All right, so if you relapse, the question is always what's going on in your life to where you relapsed. Like, what do we need to talk about? Were you stressed, anxious, depressed, angry, lonely? What was going on to where you relapsed? If you're relapsing all the time, well, what is going on? Which one of these indicators is leading you to relapse? But to answer your question, I would just like to see relapses happen less and less frequently to where they don't happen at all. Okay? So I would like to see them go down. And if they're happening too frequently or just constantly recurring, then what are you actually doing? Are you really doing work? So glad your setup is back on this account. It's a vibe. Kay, we got it back tonight. I was just about to go live on my other account, and then I was like, OMG, I got this account back. So we're back. Hey there, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, perfect. I think porn is cheating.
Okay.
And I feel like if a man particularly, has to get any mental stimulation from another girl that isn't me, that's like automatic cheating. Because I feel like you're just using a woman for your own needs, but then again, idolizing and fantasizing about other people. Like, if I'm with a man, I expect his focus to solely be on me and not another woman. I feel like if they go around watching porn or doing what they do, that's like a huge red flag, and that's like cheating on another level. That's like mental cheating. It might not be physical, but it's all mentally, and that like fucks people up, you know?
Yeah. So have you had experiences with this?
Oh yeah, I caught my ex-boyfriend. His Twitter was filled with girls. And I had kicked him out that night because that was cheating to me. And that mentally, if you're getting mental stimulation from another girl, if you're getting aroused by watching another woman and seeing all her intimate areas, intimate places, like, you shouldn't be with me, first of all. And second of all, I feel like you shouldn't be watching it. You should just have enough respect for the person you're with. Yeah.
How long did you tolerate that for?
I think I made him delete Twitter, and he never got it back in the whole 2 years that we were together, but he was doing it for around 5 months of our relationship. And that really fucked me up mentally. So like, I feel like I'm with a lot of the females and any female that thinks it's okay, you do have different boundaries. Everyone's different. You're allowed to have your own expectations with your partner, and if you both consent, then I don't think it's cheating. If you both have consensual and like talks about it, I feel that it's not cheating. But if you're doing it behind your partner's back, or to deliberately hurt them, or not even deliberately, just to arouse yourself and make yourself feel good, I feel like that's too much mental cheating.
Yeah. How did it F you up?
I feel like it's just lots of trust issues. Like, when we would be together, he would have random girls on his Snap. Even if they were just friends, I couldn't trust it. Because the mental thing about it is, if you're going and watching other people online, who is going to tell me that you're not going to go and message other random women or friends, or, you know, all that extra stuff.
But what was that like for you to be going through that?
Oh, it was pretty fucked up. Had my fair share of crash outs, held that against him for our relationship because I couldn't trust him. So I feel like it's just a different level of effect in different ways. Even if it's not physical, it's still mental, and I feel like mental is probably worse than physical. I would have rather him just go to fuck someone rather than having over 200, 300 pictures of girls on his phone. Anyways, that's my opinion. That's all I came to say.
That's all?
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thanks for chatting.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And by the way, chat, she's not the first one who shares that opinion, that I would rather have him gone out and have someone because he looked at so many women on the internet. I hear that all the time. So when sometimes men will be like, well, at least I didn't go do this. Well, you think that she thinks that would have been worse, but that's not what people actually think. Dark Angel 8889. Have you been around for a while? No. I don't know. Maybe not. Guys, it feels so good to be back. I gotta go potty. We'll be right back. my whole studio is a vibe right now. Oh, love it. Spent all day getting this dialed in, and here we are. Is there a book you specifically recommend for a woman who is experiencing betrayal trauma? Well, Casey, there is. It's called The Betrayal Bind by Michelle Mays. I also recommend you get into community. Join my women's betrayal group. We meet on Tuesday nights, or we're getting a new one started on Wednesday mornings. We need a few more people and we'll get it started. But The Betrayal Bind by Michelle Mays is what I recommend as the number one book for a partner who is experiencing betrayal trauma. Typically a woman. In this, do I debate? Yeah, I'll debate you. Anytime, anywhere. You let me know. I'll be there. Callie, what's going on? Adam, good to see you. Robert Weiss books? Do you mean Doug Weiss? Someone please debate. I live for angry callers. Let's get an angry caller on here. Who's an angry caller? Let's go. Let's go. I might need to get some more Wawa before that. Story time for you guys. Here's the book. My 4-year-old used to say wada, wada, or wawa, wada. And I was concerned that he wouldn't be able to say his R's. I was like, oh no, this kid is going to repeat kindergarten 4 times. He can't say his R's. Wada. Dada, I want wada. Wada. And all of it, my whole family would say wada. Wada. Sound like he's from Boston. And then guess what happened? Like a week or 2 ago, it breaks my heart. He breaks my heart because he's my youngest. He goes, Dad, can I have some water? And I go, what did you say? He goes, can I have some water? And I go to my wife, I'm like, we're done. We're out of the baby season. We're out of the baby and toddler season. And then I was like, please say wada. Please say wada again. Go back to it. Oh, it was so sad. It broke my heart. All right. Here we go. Who wanted to argue? Someone wanted to argue. Should healing sobers read it too? What's a healing sober? Yes, people like the betrayer would stand to do well from reading this. I mean, absolutely. This book is so fire. It's really good. And Unwanted as well is a good one. Okay. All right, let's just bring guests on. Oh, look at this. People are scheduling calls. Love that. Let's go. Looking forward to chatting. All right. Bryce Stevens, are you the one that wanted to debate? How would you guys feel if a girl was doing it behind your back? Intimate deception helped me with betrayal trauma. I haven't heard of that. Good title. Coach, my audio and video isn't synced. Yeah, is it not on TikTok either? I don't know why. Why are you guys just now telling me this? Intimate deception helped me. I haven't heard of that. Good title. Wait, are you sure it's not synced? Coach, my audio and video isn't synced. Is it synced right now? It's not synced? That's so weird because yeah, it's not on TikTok either. I don't know why. Because on the YouTube stream it is. Hold on. I'll bring you on in a second. Who cares? Audio offset. I shouldn't need an offset. Is that better? Is that better? Hello, hello, hello? Oh, wow, that's way off. Is it better? Hello, hello, hello? Oh, wow, that's way off. Is it better? Hello, hello, hello? fix that. I don't even know how to fix that. It should be perfectly synced because my microphone goes into my camera. So there's no excuse why it should be off. It's like watching a movie and saying, this is real. Hold on. See, we get TikTok Live back and then this happens. WTF. Let me try this. Hold on. Bear with me. Is that any better? I just reset it. Did that change anything? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's good now. Okay. Bet. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's good. Alright, cool. Alright, who cares? Let's go. Let's go, who cares?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. Yeah, good.
So you want to debate, huh?
I don't think it is cheating
You don't think it is cheating? Okay, why is
No.
that?
because it's not real. It's like it's a reenactment of two people having sex.
It's a reenactment of two people having sex.
Yeah, like a play, like a movie.
What do you mean by that?
It's a video. It's not real. You're not there watching two people. You're not acting anything. You're just watching with your eyes.
Are you in a relationship?
No, not currently. But
They never are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is real.
well, yeah, it's two real people doing it. Yeah, but you're not there.
Okay. If you were there,
Oh,
would
yeah.
it be cheating?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if your partner doesn't consent to it.
Got it. Okay. So for you, it's about proximity. How far away you are from the people in which you're masturbating to. Is that
I
right?
guess, yeah, because it's not an action. It's yeah, you're not doing it.
Got it. So what would be cheating in your orientation?
Texting another woman, kissing another woman, having sex with another woman.
Okay, if you're texting another woman, you're not actually there.
No, but that's that intimacy with the person. It's two-way. When you're watching porn, it's one way. It's you're watching it. It's not communicating with you.
Got it. So you're saying it's one-way intimacy when you're watching pornography.
Yeah, it is. They're not looking at you. They're not, you know,
It's like you don't even exist, right?
they don't know that.
Okay. Do you when you're in a relationship, do you have a conversation about pornography with your partner?
Oh, I'm not. I don't have a partner right now.
I know. I said when you are, if and when you're in a relationship, do you like talk about what the boundaries are with it?
Have I or do I?
Either.
Not really. No, it's never come up.
Got it. When you're in a relationship, do you watch pornography?
Yeah.
And are your partners aware of that?
They have. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about previous things, yeah.
Okay. And how do they feel?
No, they didn't like it.
Why?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh, okay. Are you open to learning about why your romantic partners may not like it?
Well, yeah, because they feel like they're not getting the attention.
Okay. Well, why don't we ask the chat? Would you be okay if the chat were to tell you from a woman's perspective?
Yeah,
Why?
that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, chat, tell him why. He's open to it, and be nice. He sounds like he actually wants to consider different perspectives. So why may you not feel, or how does it make you feel when your partner watches pornography?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm telling the chat.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. How old are you, man?
22.
22. Okay. Okay. So, because wandering eyes don't stop at the keyboard, why go
Someone said it
fantasizing?
makes a woman feel as if they're not enough. So that's a feeling that the woman has, right? That's not cheating.
But if an action that you're taking makes her feel not enough, why would you do that?
Well, you don't do it with the intention of making them feel like that.
Then what's the intention if you're going and pursuing other women on a screen outside of your
Well,
relationship?
just for example, say you don't have sex with your girlfriend within that month, but she doesn't want to for whatever reason, and you're a man and you want to, and you go do that because you just want a relief. Yeah. Hold on one second. I may have to go here, by the way. I might come back.
Just bring them on. They probably watch porn too. I love TikTok. So glad we're back. So glad we're back. Chat. Hey there, what's going on? Josue?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, what's going? Dang, I'm glad I got on. Shit, I didn't even know. Now, I came here to say, watching porn in a relationship is absolutely cheating, and don't let nobody say different. That is so bad. I was like that when I was like 18, 19, until I got caught. That's just bad. To me, it's a feeling of like you're just weak-minded, but at that point, like, you detach from your woman, and then not only that, but excuse me, it becomes like a thing of like you're facing a false reality. So what I mean by that is like now you're like you have false expectations for sex, and you're taking that away from your own relationship. It is so bad. And as women, honestly, you should never be okay with your man, like, just because you agree with it, and like that doesn't make it cheating, right, in that moment. But if he's like, to me, this is just me, okay, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but if you're weak-minded enough to do what you got to do, like, to a woman through a screen, you are like, just imagine it when this man, because eventually they're going to be put in front of women somehow, some way. Imagine what he'd be like in that situation right there. If he's doing it through a screen, believe me, he has it in him to do it in person. You can't just say, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just through a screen. No. Like, you're doing it to somebody who's not even real. Let's say if that person is real now. You're most the chances of you going through with it are so high. So to me, it's just not okay. And you as women, I don't think you guys should be okay with it. Like, I realized that at a very young age. And to me, it's just that is like a mental health thing where you're just, like I said, you're just not tough enough to be like, to hold yourself back, to have self-control. And that's not a good sign. If you can't even control yourself from doing like what you got to do through a screen, you just don't have self-control to me at all, you know. And I'm a guy. This is coming from a guy's perspective, and I was raised by my mom, so I've heard the most, you know. But I mean, once I learned to control that, you know, like the relationships, you know, they'll get better, and you'll have more trust. Everything will be more intimate. You'll be more intimate with your lady. You'll appreciate her a lot more. And I think a lot of the times it's like, you know, guys' excuses like their women won't put out. Bro, you got to know who you're with. Like, you got to respect your woman and have self-control when you need to. You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. To me, it's cheating. And to me, like, that's just a mental health thing. Like, you need to really buckle down and take a look at yourself. Because, I mean, you got it in you. You know, trust me, I was that guy. And it was bad, you know. But best thing that ever happened to me was getting caught and really, like, looking at myself in the mirror. But once you learn self-control, then it becomes a lot easier on you as a man. You know, you become a lot tougher, and you're so much more, like, you believe in yourself, you know what I mean? Instead of just every time you see something, you're lusting for another woman. That's all porn is doing, is helping you. Like, you women that are letting your man watch porn, think about this. Like, are they lusting for the man or the woman? It's the woman, right? So, like, just think about what he's doing on, like, behind your back. Like, or if he ever gets that opportunity, which, like I said, whoever you are, the chance will eventually come along, you know. And that's where it comes to be, like, strong-minded, to, you know, put lust aside. So I don't know, I kind of just came on here to say that, because a lot of the stuff right here.
Chat loves you.
Huh?
The chat loves you.
Oh, I haven't even seen the chat because I'm too busy talking over here. But no, I really feel that way. You know, it's
so you said you gave it up when you were 18, 19 years old?
No, I was 20.
20. How old are you now?
I'm 28 now.
28. And how are you married?
No, I was in a relationship for 5 years, but it didn't fail because of that. You know, it failed like a couple years ago, but that was more like toxicity stuff. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with that. But my relationship did get a lot better. You know, that relationship went on for about 7-8 years. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you make your woman, you know, feel a lot better. So I don't know. To me, it's just, you'll become more intimate with her, you know, and everything will be a lot better. But porn just takes you away from. Sex just takes you away from that, or porn just takes you away from that. It's not good. As much as you guys want to say, and I seen a comment right now that it's not cheating. Okay, you guys keep living that way, and trust me, like, I have friends who are still on that, and they are all cheaters. They are all cheaters. It is so wrong. It's not okay, and you guys that are okay with it are gonna have to learn the hard way. And I don't mean to be mean or too direct, but to me, that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm smirking because of how how you're just throwing around the term weak-minded. I don't disagree necessarily, but I just think it's funny. Thanks for sharing, man. I love that.
Yeah, of course. That's the only reason I wanted to come on. But know your worth and just, you know, drift away from it as far as you can, because lust is a killer in this world. Mm-hmm. That's why so many relationships fail. But yeah, I just came on here to say that. So
yeah, thanks for sharing, man.
Cool, of course, no problem. You guys have a good one.
You too, see you, man.
Cool.
W's in the chat for Josue. Josue? I know a guy named Josue. All right, 9 guests waiting. We're getting this thing back, chat. I love this. I love this. He's an old soul, 28-year-old old soul. All right, again, reminder, my discovery calls are free right now, tonight only. If you want to chat privately, offline, about your situation, I'd be happy to chat with you. Go to the link in my bio, schedule a discovery call, 30-minute call, and we'll talk about your situation, if I can be of help, and we can talk about my groups, what I offer there, my one-on-one coaching, or maybe something else. The link is in my bio for both the discovery call as well as the groups. I kind of need some water. I'm gonna take one more and then get some water. Some water. Hey there, what's going on? Hello? 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 Okay, that gets it. I'm gonna get some water. BRB. All right. I just found out my BF is watching it and certain stuff too. I don't know how to confront him. Confront him head on. That's how you do it. Hey there, what's going on? Hello? Hello? Hello, are you there? Hello? Say agente? You there? Not there. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello, I don't know if I'm coming through. Am I coming through?
Yeah, I got you. Are you 18 or over?
Yes, absolutely. 24.
All right, cool. It's porn cheating.
I don't believe so. I think it's more of a communication thing, right? So me and my partner have and actively send like porn to each other, right? I think that the idea
Like porn of one another or other people's porn?
other people's, a bunch of art, sort of like tapestries and whatnot, like stuff that we see in art galleries and whatnot, like literally any sort of just expression of human form, right? Like, I think it really does come down to the sort of discussion and communication skills that you have with your partner, and we have both established that we wouldn't consider it. I don't think that would apply to every relationship, but at least for my relationship and his relationship with me, we don't consider it cheating.
Got it. All right, so you send art, like actual art, like you'd find in a museum, but also hardcore pornography?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really... I guess that my view on it is kind of warped, but like sort of esoteric or like just sort of obscure drawings of like, I don't know, you can find any form of human form in like wallpaper even. If you look at enough flowers, it's kind of weird to say, but like I'm pan, so I don't have a preference. He is a preference for guys, so we're together, and it really... I don't consider it cheating. He doesn't, so that's what works for us.
Got it. Well, why do you think that your perspective is warped?
Maybe warped isn't the right word, but I sort of see porn in everything. I don't really think it's able to escape, like, how do I say this? There's so few pieces of media and so few pieces of human created work that manage to even pass like the Bechdel test, that like you are going to be able to find sexuality in everything no matter how hard you look. Right?
What was that test called?
The Bechdel test?
Bechdel test?
Yeah. The idea of two women being able to have a conversation that doesn't involve a man, essentially. Right? That is just a point to say you're going to be able to find sexual content anywhere you look, and no matter what, something that you might not consider porn is going to be porn to someone else. There are weird, and I do mean that not in a demeaning sense, but there are people who consider things that other people would not consider attractive. I know some very unique individuals who like, I'm not even joking, like Home Depot 2x4s. Like, that's not a joke. Like, there are going to be things that people consider
I got
interesting.
one of those right here. Right here.
Yeah,
I'm looking
like
at
it's-
one right now. 2x4.
Me?
No.
No.
Like literally in my office, I have a Home Depot 2x4.
Yeah, 2x4. Like, and that's obviously for most people, that's just going to be an object, and then for other people, they're going to be able to objectify that into something sexual. There are more people on the planet than anyone could care to meet, and we're all going to have different views. But again, getting back to the topic, for my personal relationship, no, I don't consider it cheating, and neither does my partner.
Is this porn right here?
Not to me, but don't show that to my buddy.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Don't want to tempt anybody.
No, joking. But no, seriously, like, you really, like, any form of advertising media, there's going to be an appeal that's given to people, and I think making sure that you can effectively communicate that with whatever relationship you're in is the most important thing that you could be doing. So
These things do smell good, though.
They
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
do. Shit, am I outing myself here? No, I'm joking.
All right.
I like
so-
Klein scented candles.
So I had
Don't-
somebody
don't
on my
go.
live last night who said
Mhm.
everything is porn, and
Mhm.
and I referenced the show Bluey. Are you familiar with that show? It's a kids show.
Is that the? Well, I think I've seen like it at Walmart.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a really popular kids show. I think it's made in Australia. And she was like, "Yes, Bluey's porn." And then I was like, "All right, I don't know about that." And I'm like, "What about Paw Patrol?" She's like, "Yeah, Paw Patrol is porn too." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't.
I think it's really, again, up to interpretation. I don't think that. But am I going to be able to enforce that judgment on anybody else effectively? I doubt it. I don't consider it that. And I'm very against sort of like taking people's consumer power away from them. People should be able to buy what they want. If somebody wants to go and carve a wooden statue to make it look like breasts, I'm not going to stop them. But will I buy that statue myself? No. I don't want a wooden statue. Like, it is, you're not going to be able to escape it, and I think that the escaping it sort of comes from everybody else's unique perspectives, right? So everyone is going to have their own likes and dislikes, and that is going to influence their worldview directly into what they view as explicit, even if it isn't considered explicit to the average person. Right? Okay. Everyone's going to operate on some form of extremes, but to the original question, I don't consider it cheating. My partner doesn't consider it cheating. Right?
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Are you guys monogamous?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And do you guys watch porn together?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you? I'm just curious. Like, why do you do that?
It's usually a lot of like unique scenarios that just really aren't practical. He has some specific desires, I have some specific desires, but it's usually just like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that people are going to be into that like I like the idea of, but I would never engage in real life because it would not make other people comfortable, right? So like nudism or being a nudist or voyeurism and that sort of thing. Like the idea of being in a public place, that is something I would never engage in because I don't have other people actively consenting. Consent is the most important thing. I think that's what it comes down to. But it is appealing to both of us. So although we would never engage with that, it is interesting to be able to engage with that fantasy at a level, right?
So you watch other people do it?
No. Well, there's a page that I'm thinking of specifically where they have like acres of farmland, essentially, where it is a outdoor space, but it is private enough that they aren't going to be bothering anybody. I don't have a farm. I don't have acres of farmland at my disposal, you know? So it's going to be like...
But if you did...
Yeah, I mean, if I did, but that's like... I don't have $50,000 to drop on a plot of farm, unfortunately. I'd love it. Shit, that'd be great. But like that's not the situation I'm in right now. I think it being able to provide a fantasy is an interesting thing. And more than that, is it cheating? Depends on what you have communicated with your partner. It is about consent. If you and your partner have both consented to it, I don't think it's cheating. And that, again, comes down to the team effort of you talking to your partner.
Got it. Yeah. Well,
Is that like? Hopefully I'm making sense. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I don't disagree that if you have not agreed that the relationship is just between the two of you, nothing else, then it would not be cheating.
Well, yeah, you just need to make sure that it is well established. Like, I think that any form of cheating, because some people are gonna, I saw a comment about it a moment ago, but the idea of like micro cheating, I feel like is going to come down to being a communication issue. If you are struggling to communicate with your partner and wanting to make or engage with an activity that the other person would not be comfortable with, then you need to make sure that that is ensured. Like, I would never do something to make my partner uncomfortable. I think if you are trying or wanting to engage with something that is going to make your partner uncomfortable,
You ever
that's
fart
not
underneath the blankets?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty uncomfortable.
Well, funny thing about kinky people. I'm going to end that sentence there, but yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no worries. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. It's called Dutch oven. You ever hear of that?
Hello.
Hey there, what's going on?
Sorry, I'm really nervous. I moved here like a couple of years ago, so my English is not good, but
Okay. Are you 18
I really
or
wanted
over?
to debate. Huh?
Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Okay, cool. Where'd you move
So
from?
I really wanted to debate. I want to hear your opinion
Hold on,
first.
hold on. Time out. Slow down. Where did you move from?
From Russia.
Okay, your English sounds great.
Really? Thank
no
you.
Need, no need to be nervous.
Yeah, okay. I'll try my best.
Okay, all right. And you live in the States, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I live in California.
Oh, West Coast. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you want to debate?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. What do you want to debate?
I want to hear your opinion on this, and then later on I'm just gonna tell my opinion, and we're gonna see like so on.
Okay, and then we're gonna argue.
Yeah.
All right, great. Ready, go. I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul till death do us part, if you deviate from that agreement, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, you have gone against the agreement and you're therefore cheating.
Okay, I completely agree with this opinion, honestly.
I thought
because
we were gonna
anything,
debate. I thought we were gonna
yeah,
debate.
but I thought that you like your opinion is different, but like my opinion is the same, honestly. Like anything besides poly relationships, like or open relationships, if you're watching porn, that's definitely cheating, because in monogamous relationships you're obviously not gonna be engaging in sexual acts with different people, even though that's online, you know. Like, yeah, so I completely agree.
Well, this is a big letdown.
Yeah.
I really wanted to argue with somebody. Who wants to argue? You want to debate about something else?
Not really. This was the topic that I wanted to argue about. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who is this person? I've seen this person before. You've been on before. I've seen this person. I can do a panel. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's a little bit laggy. It's going good though.
Am I lagging, chat? Am I lagging? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's a little bit laggy. It's going good though.
It's
It's a little bit of a delay. Hey, it's a little bit laggy.
I'm getting
It's going good
feedback.
now.
I can't with that. All right, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch in just a minute to a panel, and we're gonna cook it up. So hey guys, like and share the live. Tap the screen and give me a follow if you don't follow my account already. The follow button's up there somewhere. All right, I'm also live on YouTube right now. The YouTube stream is fire. It's recorded as well. Okay, it's my new setup. You can check it out here on the YouTube. Okay, how cool is that? We have really gone up a notch here at the Porn Coach world headquarters. Okay? So follow me on YouTube if you don't already. Same handle, PXRN Coach. PXRN Coach. So glad I got, same username. I wonder, I'll put the link on my link tree. And if you want to stop watching pornography, schedule a call with me. The link is in my bio. Be happy to chat. It's a private call. And if your partner watches pornography and you've been devastated by betrayal trauma, sorry. And I have a group for you. YouTube link is in my... If you guys actually go to the link in my bio right now and subscribe to me on YouTube, I'd appreciate that. I need to get to 1,000 followers. I would appreciate that. You have a question. What's your question? Kia? Buongiorno. Already following. Great. Let's see. YouTube. Ooh, 2 people followed me. Let's go. Can I request to be in the panel? Yeah, we need to have like 2 for, 2 against. Hey, I gotta go, but I would love to talk with you for a bit. Bye-bye. Well, I'll bring you on. Oh, you left. Okay. What's your background on this? Were you a user or trained in education for this? Both. I watched porn for about 20 years, escalated into physical cheating with my wife, still married to the same woman for 14 years. I blew up my marriage. We put it back together again because it actually only takes one person to blow up a relationship, but it requires 2 to put it back together again. And so we put it back together. I've read all the books. I'm certified as a coach. I've done other trainings, and now I help people to get out of pornography addiction and heal through betrayal trauma. All right, let's do a panel. Yeah, I mean, I see it all the time. I'll meet with guys and like they're like, yeah, my wife says I need to do this. I'm like, all right, great, but it's not going to work. You got to get them, the couple, to work on it. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi there.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, Jedi, do you think porn is cheating?
Yes.
Okay. Tati, what about you?
I also think that porn is cheating.
Okay. We need some people who don't think porn is cheating. You guys stay on here, though. I'll put in the chat if you don't think porn is cheating and you want to come up here and be on a chat. Okay, Koso doesn't, so great. We'll bring you on. If you don't think porn is cheating, go ahead and request.
Hello. Hello again.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you're back. You're the one I talked to.
Yes.
Great. Who doesn't think porn is cheating? Nate, Lover, what about you guys? You're in the queue. Gianna, come on. Get on here.
I'm gonna try and adjust my audio here. I don't want it to pick up background noise, so I apologize.
Yeah. All right, well, why don't we do this? So, Jedi, tell us what you think.
Well, you took exactly what I was going to say earlier with what you said, but I'll take it a step further. What about when you're on OF and you specifically are speaking to a content creator, paying them to make you specific content? That's going even further than just looking at a screen and getting excited by somebody else instead of your partner. You're actually talking to a content creator on OF and paying them to make that for you.
Yeah.
So to me, corn. I'm so used to saying corn because I'm getting banned because I do the same question on my lives. and
Are
I
we
got
allowed to say the full word?
taken.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared for. Like,
I mean, Austin says it all the time and doesn't get banned, but I don't know. I've seen people get in trouble for saying it.
I just don't want to like mess up.
yeah,
the
I've had
stream or something.
my lives taken down for
Yeah.
saying the actual word. So I'll just say corn.
What's up, Callie?
Not much. Just working on stuff.
Nice. All right, so Koso, what do you, or actually, hold on, Taddy, what do you think?
Mine might be a little bit long. I'm very passionate about this, but I believe that pornography use is considered a form of cheating. It violates trust, exclusivity in a relationship, and intimacy that forms the foundation of committed relationships.
Okay. Great. Koso, what do you think?
I think it comes down to communication. Like for me and my partner, we don't consider it cheating, but if that is different for another person's relationship, everyone's justified to. If they feel like it's cheating, then I would say I would trust the two people who are in the relationship with each other. But at least for my own relationship, we don't consider it cheating.
And Callie, what do you think?
I mean, I guess I would, although I don't necessarily like porn, I would agree that when you're saying that that you guys have decided it's not cheating, that it wouldn't be cheating if you've decided that it's not cheating. Whether or not I think it's like a good thing to do is another conversation, but I do think it's cheating if you have set boundaries, that it is cheating and you go against those boundaries, which I think you did kind of agree to, Koso, by saying that. Yeah.
No, it's if you are setting a boundary with a partner and that boundary is broken, then absolutely that is a betrayal. But I think that it's important to make sure that those boundaries are clearly established with your partner. Like that is the communication issue that I keep referencing.
What? How do you say your name, Corso?
Yeah, close.
Are you married to your partner?
No, but we will be.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Are you planning on taking traditional vows?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm coming from a sort of family background of traditional vows and whatnot being sort of obscure or sort of like whatnot. Like I was one of the witnesses at my own mother's wedding, so it's kind of a weird situation. I think the vows of making sure to be with this person until time do you part. I think absolutely. That's the hope.
Love, honor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, how are you honoring your partner if you are getting a release by watching somebody else? Shouldn't your partner be the only person that excites you in a sexual manner?
I think that's probably pretty hard to do with sort of the way that advertising has been developed over like the past 60 years.
So you have no control of your own urges?
No, I definitely
self-control.
do. I definitely think I have at least a level of self-control, but at the same time, when we're engaging it together, I don't really, at least neither of us, see it as an issue.
So if your partner one day just woke up and said, I don't want to do this no more, I don't like it, would you agree, or would you still feel like you should be able to watch it?
Yeah, if the boundaries change, then the boundaries change. If they didn't want me to do it anymore,
so
I'd be
if your
willing to do that.
Fire. It's recorded as well.
Pardon?
What happened?
I heard it.
I was watching my stream back on YouTube, so
okay.
it back. My bad.
Gotcha. No worries. If the boundaries changed, I'd be willing to accept new boundaries. Absolutely.
Did you hear what I said about OF?
Yeah. Well, sorry. I'll let somebody else talk for a moment, and I'll answer that question afterwards.
Do you think it would necessarily be so? Like, I think a lot of people think with porn that they can stop easily when they want to, and I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it can be for people to actually stop when they want to. So I think when you say that if your partner had an issue with it someday and wanted you to stop, you would stop. I think I believe you when you say that morally you would want to stop. But I think it may be more difficult to actually do that, if that makes sense. Like, you may feel like you want to, but it might actually be harder put into action.
I think it would be, well, that's like an interesting hypothetical, and to be honest, I consider like the idea of him asking me to stop also as a big hypothetical, because
that's
we
true.
both enjoy it a lot, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't
true. I do
really
hear you with
see-
that.
I don't really see that situation happening in the first place, but if it did, I would absolutely be willing to make the effort because I really
Yeah.
care about him.
Yeah, I do hear you on that. I think it's a different situation because you guys have different boundaries in your relationship than I think.
100%.
And
100%.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that you're being like respectful towards other relationships. I think we just have different views on how we look at porn.
Absolutely.
And how it,
No,
how
and
it-
everyone is entitled, especially in a personal relationship. I do not think it's a good idea to have other people tell you or conduct how you should be conducting yourself, especially, again, the biggest thing is consent, right? So if you and your partner are both consenting to an action, then that action should be okay. And this goes for anything. This goes for something as simple as picking where to go for dinner, or something as complicated as buying a house. Like, you need to make sure that you're on the same page, the boundaries are set, and that you're both comfortable with each other's actions.
I do think that there are times when, like, I'm not saying this is necessarily the case with your relationship. I don't know enough about your relationship to say that it is. But I think there are times when, like, for example, certain people are kind of pressured into being okay with porn use when they're not really okay with it. And they kind of tolerate it and act like they think it's okay when they don't really, like, aren't really okay with it. And I think that's kind of a different case, if that makes sense.
I think, yeah, that's definitely a possibility, but I have made sure to establish this relationship that at least I'm in, and I'm not speaking for everyone here, but at least for my personal relationship, we have made sure to actively communicate boundaries to each other. I've made sure that if he has an issue, that I am the first person that he comes to make sure that this issue can be resolved, changed, or just worked on to make sure that we can continue being together. It's important that communication is always as open as possible. The idea that I would be like upset or fearful to bring something up to my partner is nothing that I would ever want to experience, and I hope nobody has to experience. Unfortunately, that's not the case for a lot of people, and that really sucks, but
yeah,
making sure that you are comfortable with your partner, I think, is the most important thing that you could be doing in a relationship. It's a team effort. You want to be able to work together, and the only way to do that is trust.
So I'm curious, what do you guys get out of watching pornography?
You know what? I'll bring this back to the OnlyFans question and answer two birds with one stone here. But we together have asked creators to create stuff for us, right? So maybe that's a bit of a unique spending of money. It's not like it's necessarily unpopular. OnlyFans is huge, but we get the satisfaction of being able to fantasize about stuff that we aren't able to do right now. And honestly, the big thing for the two of us was that idea of being able to do stuff in a more open space. And obviously, for both of us, the largest thing is consent. There's no way to engage with the things that we're fantasizing about without risking that with other people. So we don't want to risk that. We do not want to risk making other people uncomfortable. And we are engaging with the things that we want to enjoy in we believe to be responsible manner. And I mean, I'm saying responsible enough considering that nobody's getting harmed in the process. There's no exterior
Really?
factors that aren't consenting to the situation. And he seemed to want it as well, considering we split the bill on it. So
You say that no one's getting harmed maybe in your relationship, but the impact of porn on society today is extremely negative and has caused people to unalive themselves because of the unrealistic expectation that porn has caused.
Yeah, I was wanting to expand on that point as well. 'Cause
I was
feel-
waiting for the right moment to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I do think
about-
that often porn actresses or actors, even if they are consenting, it's kind of the same thing I was saying earlier of like women or men or whoever agreeing to porn use when they're not necessarily comfortable with it. I feel like sometimes they do it because they're kind of desperate for money. They don't know where else to turn. A lot of them are traumatized for certain reasons, and they turn to it not because they love what they're doing, but because they feel like they have no other options. So I don't think necessarily just because a actress is doing it for the money, she really wants to be, if that makes sense.
I think that there are definitely going to be scenarios like that, but I would have to imagine that the median, or at least the people who I have spoken to, engaged with, gotten commissions from, that doesn't seem to be at least the median in my experience. There are obviously going to be cases in every single environment, of any human nature environment in our current day, because sort of the entire global system exists on exploitation. But making sure that the people engaging in any activity want to be doing it and being there, making sure, as crazy as it says, ethically sourcing this, if I'm trying to struggle to find another word for this, but I don't want to work with someone, or I don't want to engage with somebody who doesn't want to be there. If my partner decided that they would like to break the relationship, or if the person who I was getting something from said that they weren't comfortable with it, that is the onus is on them to say that, and then the onus is on me to respect that. So
But I get what you're saying, but I think it's not always super, like, they're not going to make it super obvious in the content they're making that they don't, like, it's not always super,
They're being paid to act.
yeah.
I think that definitely is the case, but due to the sheer size of an industry like this, I can't imagine every single person doesn't want to be there.
I can't imagine a lot of people are happy selling their bodies for money, honestly.
That's cap. That's cap.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want that.
Yeah.
I think at least for the platform that I'm engaging with, at least like the community that I have, the people that I know, I've been able to make I assume pretty close friends with them. I've known some of them for
What
8 years at this point.
What platform?
Honestly, just like originally meeting them on Twitter before Discord really blew up, and then meeting them through Discord, and then meeting them through OnlyFans, just sort of connecting through their socials. But I think I'd like to say that I've met a couple of people who are okay being in this community. It definitely is just like any other built around exploitation, but I do have to hope that the friends that I've made aren't being, like, I would assume that they are being honest with me.
I mean, no, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful about this, but when you're paying them money to provide you a certain content, they're going to portray themselves a certain way to you. Like, they're not going to be authentically 100% honest with you about how they're feeling. I'm sorry if that's like,
I understand the concern. I'll sort of elaborate the like relationships that I have here. I have paid some of these people, but the majority of the people who I've engaged with this space made connections with these people. I have not paid. right? And that even the person who I have paid in the past, I have like visited them in person, been to their house, we have gotten dinner, we have been to a bar. It's like, this is a close friend. This is someone who I'm planning to invite to my wedding, right? So I think it's just unfortunate. Like, I don't want to, I'm really trying to find other ways of saying it that aren't euphemisms, and I don't want to make this a bad pun for this space, but different strokes for different folks.
All right. I think I'm going to move on to a different panel.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, consent is the most important thing. That's the thing you got to establish with your partner. Everybody, anyone who's listening.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. It's like the rule.
And yes is only a valid option if no is an option.
Absolutely. Consent can only be consent if it is enthusiastic consent. It cannot be forced. You need to make sure that whoever you are engaging with in anything really wants to engage with it back. Everything is teamwork. Humans work well with teamwork. If you are truly trying to exploit someone, that is bad. That is bad. If you are spending your time trying to exploit somebody, don't do that. Is that a hot take? Sorry for getting so direct on the end of the panel here, but seriously, stop. Don't exploit somebody. That's bad.
Yep, don't exploit people. All right, thanks for sharing, guys. Bye-bye. All right. My TikTok app is acting up. Oh, there we go. Now it's back. All right, we're gonna go back to not panels. And Danielle, good to see you. And I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna be up past 11. I promise.
God, I can't do it.
Hey there, what's going on?
Hello.
Hi there. Is porn cheating?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, why is that?
I think it can be hurtful. I think it's definitely just a conversation you need to have.
Are you 18 or over?
I'm 22. Yeah. Sorry.
What would the conversation be that you need to have?
I think it's like, if you, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with it. I think some people might be. So, but I think that I've been in relationships before where it's been a problem, and it's definitely very hurtful to your, it can be hurtful to your sexual relationships with your partner, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it may be different for everybody, but me personally, I think it is hurtful to me.
Okay. And what does that feel like for you?
Like, maybe like you're not enough. Even if that's not the case, it can definitely make you feel like that.
So for you feel not enough?
If my partner were watching porn daily, rather than doing things with me or, talking to me about it, it would make me feel like I wasn't enough. Yeah.
And has that happened to you, or is that a hypothetical?
In the past, yes.
And how long did you tolerate that for?
Not very long.
Good for you.
When I found out, so the person was purchasing OnlyFans content often, which I didn't know about, and then once I found out about it, then it definitely just kind of ruined a lot of things. So I kind of, just slowly made my way out of that.
You slowly exited?
Yeah. Yes.
Was that hard for you?
Not really. I think I was kind of checked out for a while.
Yeah.
So I think basically I think it can definitely cause problems. I think the addiction is more common than people think it is.
So, if and when you enter into a new relationship, what might the conversation be that you would have?
I actually am in a new relationship, and we never had a serious conversation about it, but I did, you have to set some boundaries with what you're comfortable with. Obviously, I'm not checking his phone or anything to make sure, because I trust him, but he knows where I stand on that.
What's the boundary you set?
I think that if we're together, obviously I can't control what you do, but he knows how I feel about it. So it's basically.
So did you set a boundary, or did you tell him how you feel?
I guess I told him how I feel, but I feel like, I did make it clear that that's not something that I am comfortable with.
Is he here? Can we get him on?
He's here?
Is he listening?
Hold on. He was. Hold on. Kendra.
Everybody get popcorn.
Say hello.
What's up, bro? How's it going?
Reading a book.
He's reading a book? What book? Oh, and now she's gone. I want to have a snorer on. Snorers are the best. He said, nope. So much nope. So much nope. Hey there, what's going on?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Are you 18 or over?
I am 19.
Okay. Is porn cheating? Hello? Hello?
Is my mic not working?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we're not able to.
Well, I can't anymore. It's like you're swiping away.
Oh, okay. I had a little note thing, that's probably why. I think the most obvious answer is yes. But the most basic thing you could say is because, is yes, but in the best way I could describe it, I think intimacy can be beautiful, it could be great, and it's the closest possible connection that you will have with someone, and most closest body-to-body thing with anyone. Not hugging, not kissing, it's the closest intimate thing, and intimacy could be beautiful. But it's unfortunate how it could also be so ugly. And when your partner is watching something that's like ugly, not worth it, just purely made for the entertainment, not for the actual intention of it being pure, being fully intimate, emotional, passionate. It's just out of, for cameras, actions, it's different. And I think that's why people think it's cheating. And I think even with what I'm talking about still could be the same reason why people don't think it's cheating. Just because it's different from intimacy. But yeah, That's the best way I could put it.
Okay. What has your experience been with it?
My experience, I think just like with I don't think my experience is different like anyone else's. It's just like if you were to see your partner looking at a girl's stuff on Instagram or only OF or catching them links, whatever it may be, it all hits the same. It doesn't even matter. And I think for the fact that there's so many different ways that so many women or men could feel betrayed from how their partner looks at intimate stuff, just shows a lot how it's purely cheating and there's no other explanation for it.
Got it. So is it something you talk about when you're in a relationship?
It's definitely a conversation I'll have with people, just to get their views. But even with guys, I could have conversations with it, but those same guys could still fall victim in it. So I feel like when I talk about it with guys and they agree with me, I feel like it's only projection. I feel like it's only making themselves feel better about themselves, because honestly, I've had this conversation with my ex-partner and then I will end up catching it. So it's just a very complicated world, complicated situation. There's not much that could be done unless that person gets help, and you just have to find someone who is on the right track.
Yeah, well, you can't change the other person, but you can change yourself and how you
Exactly.
choose to
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
You too.
Yeah, guys will tell you what you want to hear, that age especially. Let me join, Jensen. Okay. Hey there, what's going on?
I don't reckon it is cheating.
You don't reckon it is cheating?
Nah.
Okay.
How's it cheating?
Well, how's it not cheating?
Because it's just a video.
It's just a video. Got it. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
How long have you been in a relationship?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah.
Okay. How does your partner feel about your pornography use?
She does it with me.
She does it with you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nah, she's just a bit freaky.
She's a bit freaky. Is she there? Can we get her on?
No, she's at her house at the moment.
Got it. How often do you watch porn?
Like 4 or 5 times a day.
4 or 5 times a day? So, do you always do it with her, or sometimes you do it on your own?
Only sometimes.
Sometimes. Got it.
Maybe like once a week.
But then the other times you do it on your own?
Yeah.
Got it. How much time do you think you spend a day
Not
watching?
job. Like maybe an hour.
An hour. Okay. How often do you wash your hands?
Like most times.
Most times.
Sometimes I just like let it crust, you know.
Got it. Thanks for sharing. Oh, this world. This world is awesome. What's the biggest date fail I've had?
What's up, man?
It's a good question. Let me think about it. Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay. Why is that?
Because if you're gonna lust over something or somebody who is not your partner, then I would consider that cheating.
Okay, got it. Do you watch porn?
I do not.
Okay. Did you ever?
I used to. I quit when I was, I want to say 19.
19 years old. W's in the chat for Trevor. Why did you quit?
So it was just, being younger, you have a lot of testosterone in your body. So, of course, your mind is going to go straight to that one thing. You know what I'm saying? But now you got to open up your mind to other things. Because my life now, man, my job gives me a dopamine rush every time I go to work. I get a rush. I get excited for going to work. I don't need all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so a man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. And what I'm hearing you say is that you found a purpose or vision in life and you no longer have the need to distract yourself with pleasure, the pleasure of pornography and masturbation.
Yes, sir, correct.
You have a boner for work. Yes, Mike.
Hey, I'm a mechanic. I work on all the fun stuff. So side by sides, four wheelers, and we get to take them out and run them around. So it's fun, man.
Nice. That's cool. All right. So you're 22 years old. No more porn. Are you in a relationship?
I'm actually not.
Okay. And you still don't watch porn. Do you
Correct.
masturbate?
No.
Okay. How long has it been since you masturbated?
Jeez, man. Years. I'm not even lying either.
No, I got you. So for all the people who are like, it's not possible to not watch porn or to not masturbate, Trevor seems like he's being real sincere. Way to go, Trevor.
I genuinely think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, good for you. Was that hard to, no pun intended, to make that transition?
So I will say it is hard at the beginning, but like you said, once you find something that you like to do, you're not going to need that. It's always going to be hard in the beginning, but you just got to overcome it. Think about something else. Go do something else that you like to do.
Do anything else. And he's still alive, somebody said. Yeah, nobody ever died from not masturbating. At least not that I know of. I don't know. What advice would you give, man, to young men who are struggling with pornography?
Man, honestly, if you're struggling with it and you need that kind of relief, go to the gym. Get all your anger out, get all the testosterone out like that, and you'll feel better. You might not think it, but get your mind off of the bad stuff. Go do something other than sit in your room and beat it. Go do something else completely different.
Well, don't beat it. That would be the opposite.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. The person who just said that not releasing is linked to higher chances of prostate cancer. That is cap. That's not true. No, not masturbating is not directly associated with an increased risk of prostate cancer. Rather, the evidence suggests that more frequent ejaculation may be associated with a reduced risk of... Wait, what? No, not masturbating is not directly associated with an increased risk of prostate cancer. That's contradictory. AI is confused. There's no proof that ejaculating more actually lowers the chances of prostate cancer. There it is, WebMD. Cite your source, Don. All right, so I love that, man. Have you had any girlfriends since you've taken this orientation?
Yeah, I've had two. One lasted a year and a half. The other one about 8 months. And my last one was watching at the beginning of our relationship. I did tell her my boundaries maybe a month in.
She was watching it?
Yeah, correct. I told her my boundaries about a month in, and she totally understood. She did not want to cross mine. I did not cross hers, and she stopped.
Way to go, man. Way to go. That's great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you talk about this with your friends?
My buddy did struggle with it, so I did help him quit. Now, if he's actually following through, I don't know, but as of maybe 3-4 months ago, yes, he has followed through.
Good for you, man. Our culture needs more people like you, especially at your age.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kelsey said, what made you want to quit? Because I was in a bad spot. So you keep on doing it. You're going to feel down. You're going to feel tired all the time. I don't like that feeling. I like to feel like I'm on top of the world all the time, no matter what. There's no bad moods at all.
And masturbation did not lead to that result for you.
Correct. It just puts you down. You're taking what's inside your body and makes you want to move out of it. And then you don't do anything after.
Yeah. Love it, man. Well done. Good for you. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, take care. W's in the chat for Trevor. That's a first, Trevor. We don't have very many firsts here anymore because we've heard everything. I have never heard. This is the first time. Oh no, live restricted for some audiences because it. Okay. Well, we're gonna get off here soon, anyways. I've never heard what you just described, Trevor. Of a man who doesn't watch pornography having to have the boundary conversation with a woman who does watch pornography and then helping her stop. I love it. Thanks for sharing, man. All right, TikTok just restricted my live for sexually suggestive content, and I said I was going to get off by 11 anyway, so I'm going to get off. Guys, I am so happy to be back here on my live studio with this account. And for those of you who are waiting, I'm going to be on a lot more. Okay. Trust me. I'm going to be on live a lot more. If you don't follow me, give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. And also I would appreciate if you go to my YouTube, which is linked in my bio, and follow my YouTube account. That would be appreciated as well. I'm a coach. I offer coaching services for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior and women who are struggling with betrayal trauma, the trauma that is experienced after a betrayal. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights and Wednesday afternoons that are an amazing place to heal together in community. The new Wednesday morning group, I need a few more people to sign up for that for the women before I actually get that off the ground. I've got a special promo for that if you're interested. So if you need a place to come and be seen and known and supported through this very difficult journey as a woman, schedule a call with me. It's free tonight. I'd be happy to chat. For the women's group, the new group time would actually work for you in the UK. It'll be at 10:30, so it'll be at 6:30 in the UK, PM, 6:30 at night in the UK. Lauren, if you're interested in that. The info's on my bio. If you go to join a coaching group, you can send me a DM, and I'd be happy to chat. So, great being with you all tonight. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. See you next time. Bye-bye.